Real Madrid make Champions League history. Christian Pulisic saves the day. Mallory Pugh breaks her duck. Eden Hazard breaks his ankle. And Arsenal lose a club legend. It's Monday, June 5th. I'm Brooks Peck from Dirty Tackle, and this is the Goal Mouth. In the biggest match of the weekend, Real Madrid beat Juventus 4-1 to win the Champions League. It's the first time any club has ever won the competition in consecutive seasons. Cristiano Ronaldo won Man of the Match honors with the brace to become the first player to ever score in 3 Champions League finals, but Juve's Mario Mandzukic had the goal of the night and possibly the season with an overhead kick that somehow slipped just under the crossbar and over Keylor Navas's outstretched hand. Juan Cuadrado also made history by becoming the first substitute to be sent off in a Champions League final after getting booked twice in his 17 minutes on the pitch. But Sergio Ramos' play acting had a lot to do with the second one. Real Madrid scored in every single match they played this season, which is absolutely incredible. And with their double in hand, they've made a strong case for being the greatest team ever assembled. At least since the last greatest team Real Madrid ever assembled. The US salvaged a 1-1 draw in their friendly against Venezuela on Saturday, thanks to a second-half goal from the savior of American soccer himself, Christian Pulisic. But the most interesting part of the match was halftime, when the 40-man preliminary squad for the Gold Cup was announced. Some notable inclusions: new U.S. citizen Dom Dwyer, Philadelphia's C.J. Sapong, NYCFC's Tommy McNamara, and FC Dallas goalkeeper Jesse Gonzalez, who is apparently rejecting Mexico's interest to play for the U.S. Of course, none of the other 39 matter as long as Pulisic is there. Pulisic. 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 Mallory Pugh scored her first NWSL goal in the Washington Spirit's 2-0 win over the Houston Dash. It was just the 19-year-old's third professional appearance. That's the good news for the NWSL. The bad news is that it's unclear when Alex Morgan will resume playing. She's returned from her stint with Lyon, winning 3 trophies in just 10 appearances, including the Champions League where she re-injured her hamstring. According to the Orlando Sentinel, Morgan is expected to return to Orlando this week to have her injury evaluated, but she also has to sign a new contract since hers expired at the end of last year before she went to Lyon. Interesting days ahead. Speaking of injuries, Eden Hazard suffered a nasty one, breaking his ankle while on international duty. It's unknown how long he'll be out, but early speculation says 2 to 3 months. This development comes just after Hazard said he would consider an offer from Real Madrid. But if the champions of Europe were interested in acquiring him, you'd have to think that an injury layoff would dump cold water on those plans, at least for this transfer window. The injury might be better for Chelsea than you might think. And finally, it's also a sad day for Arsenal as club legend Yaya Sanogo has left after 4 years, 4 loan spells, and exactly 1 goal for the club. The injury-plagued Sanogo was signed instead of Diego Costa because Costa had a £30 million buyout clause that Arsenal didn't like. That decision paid off in the form of 20 appearances and 1 lonely goal in a 2014 Champions League match against Borussia Dortmund. If you're only going to score 1, that's the place to do it, I suppose. Anyway, the Sanogo statue should be unveiled outside the Emirates in August. That'll do it for today. You can find more on all the stories mentioned by subscribing to our email newsletter. The link is in the show notes. I've been Brooks Peck. Darryl will be with you tomorrow. Same goalmouth time, same goalmouth place. I leave you now with today's goalmouth top tip. Never let a buyout clause come between you and a talented striker.